Good evening, and welcome to Going for Two. This is the only YouTube podcast in human recorded history to feature a male and female host drinking our way through the important topics of the day, as long as they touch the football world and not in that way. I'm going to say hello, Sharona. And
Hello.
She's not going to respond to me, so that's a good start.
Hi.
And hi, special guest Jen. This is Tony Romo week, so we had to have her back on the show.
Hello, guys. I'm happy to be back, of course.
And before I chicken out, it's time
Uh-oh.
to do my version of Cam Newton dance.
All right.
The dance that broke America. And I'm going to relinquish my ear things
This
and
is...
possibly
I'm
adjust
so
the camera.
excited.
Wide angle lens. Okay.
We see T-Rack.
See. Good.
Oh, we're going to put you up here.
A little better? You can see me? All right, here we go. And follow with the Dominique Peggo dance. Oh, I can't do it. I'm too far back. Oh, well. You need a bigger room.
Oh, man.
Like, you can't see. Yeah, the
I'm
hat's
so
falling off.
proud of you,
Made it.
Zach.
And we'll just, let me.
very
Here we
proud.
go.
That made
Finish
my
this
night.
up.
That was great.
That made my week, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. I'd watch that anytime, Zach.
Oh, God. Woo! And then open a beer with a cork. Who's more manly? Exactly. So, anyway. So you are no longer Jen, now you're a known as FF degenerate. I want to hear about this conference you attended last weekend.
Yeah, the DFS Players Conference. It was a really good time. There was a lot of cool speakers, a bunch of different, sort of like booths, I guess, set up, different websites and things like that. Everyone was giving out T-shirts and chapstick and bottle openers and stuff with, like the website's name on it. The chapstick was actually great. It's one of the best chapsticks I've ever gotten, and I grabbed like 3 of them. But besides the point. It was good. There was, met a lot of cool people, some of the like famous, DFS names and whatnot, and I had a good time. It was a good party too. I went to a party on Thursday night and for the football game and had a really hard time at work on Friday morning, but it was worth it.
And was everybody a little too serious because of the news with the Attorney General and all that?
I mean, not really. I wasn't there Thursday and Friday
Sorry.
during the day because I couldn't get off work. But there wasn't too much of that, that I saw. But I don't see it really lasting for that long. I don't see how they can cancel DFS in New York. There's the lottery, a lot of other things going on, casinos everywhere. But not to be selfish, I'm safe. It appears that my governor has no interest in discussing fantasy sports, so.
You would think they've got bigger fish to fry, right?
Well, yeah, definitely. I don't really know what it's about. You know what I mean? I don't follow politics, I guess, but it kind of just seems like somebody being a baby about it, I guess. It doesn't. Everything I read on the internet about it, people say like his whole injunction or whatever it is like contradicts itself. Doesn't really make that much sense. So I don't know. As long as terrible as it sounds, as long as I can play. I mean, I want to see it everywhere, but for now, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in New York.
We put it in like Sopranos terms. They just gotta, give them a cut and then they'll be set.
That's what it is.
Hand them.
Yeah. I mean, if they pay the vig, if they would have paid it up front, it probably wouldn't be a problem. But
Yeah.
It just seems like a odd place for it. Like the timing and everything too, just because it was like the week that they have like a conference coming into Times Square, and it felt almost a little intentional,
Yeah, it does kind of fit in terms of timing. Didn't seem like anybody else in the whole state besides the Attorney General was really in favor of it. There are other people who were actually talking against it, so that was interesting.
Yeah, he seemed to be the only person who really cared about it. So. But I know on Friday of the conference there was, I'm sure you guys might have seen something on the internet, this big kind of rally outside of his office, and it looked like there was a lot of people there, so, maybe he'll pay attention. I'm sure if they work out some kind of a deal where, I don't know how it works, but the state, I guess, gets some piece of the pie, then I'm sure everything will work out.
Grease the wheels and the problem will go away.
Yeah.
Now, were they focusing on just the two big sites? Because it sounded like it was just DraftKings and FanDuel, but I didn't know if it affected the other smaller but not exactly tiny sites that were out there.
Last week I was not able, because I live in Jersey, work in New York, and I do, during lunch a lot of my lineup stuff, I guess, and I wasn't able to on Fantasy Draft last week, which is a smaller site, but on DraftKings and FanDuel I was able to. This was last week. So I don't know, I think once he made that announcement, maybe some of the smaller sites who can't, afford lawyers and things of that nature probably said, all right, we'll just respect your cease and desist order or whatever it was. And
is there a way for you to talk us, people who are, haven't played this year, into doing daily, especially since we're getting toward the end of the season and some of our teams are, kind of dead?
Yeah, I can relate, to your team being dead. But, yeah, the thing that I like the most about it is, they have these huge contests, which I would never, really get into. It's just not my thing. But they have $2 ones, $5 ones. Another aspect of it that I think people don't take enough advantage of maybe or really talk about is sort of private games with your friends. Like, everyone in my family redraft league, we do a Sunday DraftKings amongst us. And it's fun, it's just, you pick a team for a day. Every website has, like, sign-up bonuses where they match incentives and things like that. So I think it's worth it if you like fantasy football. And even if your fantasy team is doing pretty bad, it might be the time to kind of get into it.
So how does that family thing work? So everybody just put in like $5 or $10, and then whoever has the highest score wins? That kind of the deal?
Yeah, we do a Sunday to Monday contest, and it started, each week it kind of gets bigger and bigger. So it actually started with me and one of my brother's friends who's in our family league. And then each week, more people wanted to get into it, and now we're up to 7 of us are supposed to be doing it this week. I won last week, so everybody owes me $20. We all put up $20.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cash money. Well, I feel like I've ignored my co-host. Hi, Sharona. Tell everybody what you're drinking this evening, and
You can feel free to ignore me. I was enjoying listening to Jen talk about that.
Well,
I'm not much of an expert on it. I just, that's what I could tell you.
I'm drinking a dragon's milk tonight. It seemed a good night to do that. Plus, it was already cold when I went to look and see what was in the fridge.
I was kind of surprised I had any beer left after Sunday, after a two-man team demolished the fridge, but have the Boulevard limited release Imperial Stout Tart Cherry.
I like Imperial Stout.
Oh, we went crazy. So last week on Tuesday, I went to a bottle share, and then on Sunday, I had Josh Ducaster over, who does a draft breakdown, and he brought 5 bombers, and we didn't get through that.
Oh, wow.
We worked our way through it, including a nice barrel-aged narwhal, which is like a stout, and it was fun. It's like instead of drinking alone and watching Red Zone, I drank with one person and watched Red Zone. So here you go. Much better. And the Vikings won, and I had Peterson, and he scored like 30 points, and I beat a hated rival, so it was a lovely day. Lovely.
Very awesome, Zach.
But what's it kind of ties the fantasy season together is like the last 4 weeks in my 3 leagues, I'm 11-1, but that makes my total record now 15-15. So I didn't start very strong, but it's getting better. And my cats are here, so we'll see. Got Soy. Hey, Soy.
Hi, Soy.
They're up to like 8 pounds now, and they still don't like being on podcasts. It's hard to believe.
Oh, they're so cute.
And he's like grabbing onto me for dear life. And after that, he's like, nope, I'm out of here. I don't know. So, Sharona, is this your opportunity to talk smack leading up to the Tennessee-Missouri tilt?
I was really hoping this was going to be the year that I could talk some shit, but Tennessee's not been as good as a lot of people, including me, thought that they were going to be. I do think that they should kick Missouri's ass, though.
They should. Missouri lacks an offense, but they were able to beat a bunch of 24-year-old Mormons last week, so I don't know if that means anything. I'll get attacked here. Hey, dude. All right, let's get it. So just to finish it out, here's Scatman, Mr. Mustache. There he is, not wanting to talk.
He's like that guy, the oatmeal guy.
Yeah, just like that.
What's his name?
Oh. You mean the comic, the oatmeal? I don't know any cat.
Wilfred Brimley. Isn't that his name?
Oh, there you go.
I thought you were asking what the cat's name was. I didn't know you were asking what the oatmeal guy's name was.
I'm sorry.
My
brain.
Reference to Wilfred Brimley, still alive.
My brain do tend to wander.
Still kicking it. Now, I don't know if it was power rankings or maybe it's just an SEC thing, but Missouri's 5-5, and they have to win one of their last two games to get to a bowl. And Tennessee and Arkansas are their opponents, and they're both 6-4, but they're both like supposedly top 25 teams in terms of strength. So it's not going to be easy. After last week's poorly timed whiteout by Missouri, and here comes the kitty. This week it's the blackout against Tennessee. So at least Missouri's picking some better uniform combos than the random grays. And actually, Tennessee should wear didn't they wear black jerseys once?
That will probably never happen again because that was a Lane Kiffin thing.
Oh, Lane. Who knows? Maybe Lane
Instead, they have the Smoky Grays.
Lane, who knows? Maybe he'll be the next coach for Missouri since we're got an opening.
Yeah.
Although I think the head coach at Houston is probably the guy because the Missouri AD used to be at Houston, and he's like the hot candidate. I know Jen's like, whoa, college football. Tell me more.
I'm
Do you have a college football team?
I mean, I don't watch college football, and I know I probably should, but it's just something I never really got into. But I sometimes gamble on it a little bit, so I wouldn't mind hearing, you guys talk about it.
College football is pretty awesome, I have to say.
I know that they score 1 billion points a game, right? Isn't that kind of like a big college thing? All high-scoring games.
Well, they used to. Basically,
it's kind of cyclical.
If you pick SEC East teams, bet the under because they don't have any offense for some reason. Tennessee does, except when they're playing North Texas, who, didn't they fire their coach? I don't know. It's an odd thing. Like, SEC schools play like a preseason game in November. They play like one FCS, lower division team in November so they can get bowl eligible, and it's like a weird tryout game almost.
Yeah, and isn't that for them to get a bowl game, doesn't it? It's not necessarily like a win and in kind of thing. Don't they get picked for it?
You have to win 6 games, so you become bowl eligible, and
bowl eligible if you win 6.
Yeah, basically everybody. It's like Oprah handing them out. You get a bowl, and you get a bowl, and everybody gets a bowl. I call them participation bowls.
It used to be hard to get into a bowl. Like if you were in a minor conference, you went 10-1, didn't win your conference, you didn't go. Now teams that go 6-6 in the MAC or the Sun Belt go to some bowl in the Bahamas. It's like whoever created the bowls make money. I don't imagine anyone else makes any money because the schools have to pay for tickets and flying out there and give everybody a bunch of gifts. I mean, Tennessee they went to the Belk Bowl last year? Isn't that named after a furniture store?
I thought it was the Tax Slayer Bowl.
Tax Slayer Bowl. And they got rings that looked like Super Bowl rings when they won a bowl when they finished 7-6.
It had been a while since
give them
they
something,
went to a bowl.
I don't blame them. I mean, college got
It's totally a Butch Jones thing.
Missouri players proved a couple weeks ago that college football players have a little bit of clout, and we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how they use it in the future.
Yeah, I feel badly for how pissy I was about that last week. Zach, so sorry.
Yeah, I know. You're in a better mood this week. Must be the dragon's milk. Make sure Sharona drinks dragon's milk before every show. That's all notes I ever need. No, I really hope neither of you watched that Monday night game, but I turned it on watching it with my wife, and right when Dominic Pecos got the sack and he did the big guy belly rub like celebration dance, he was like, if football players did that like instead of playing football, I'd watch it. There's nothing better than a really big defensive lineman doing a dance. Or Cam Newton.
I was just gonna say, I think the big belly rub is more offensive than Cam. I mean, Cam looks good when he dances.
Jen, let me ask you a question. Was that not the most overblown? I just now saw the dance, and I'm like, why are people making a big deal out of that?
I mean, I loved it. I guess I don't know if I'm in like the minority when it comes to it. I loved it. When I watched it happening live, I was like, I think I rewinded it twice. Like I was watching it with my family.
Yeah?
I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, look at this, because it was great. I mean, he scores a touchdown. He does his thing. The linebacker, whoever it was, the guy on defense, got all cranky and went over to him. And Cam just, right in his face, just hit him with his dance move. And I thought it was fine. I thought it was hilarious.
It looked like first it was Avery Williamson, and then Wesley Woodyard got all pissy about it too.
Yeah, and it's sore losers. I miss end zone dances. I remember, I feel like end zone dances used to be so much fun. Now they don't let you do anything. It's so boring.
Yeah, they used to have at Washington have the one where they all did the big jump and do the high five, and the Rams when they were doing really well. I really feel like there should be like a judge team there, and they judge it. And if they judge a good dance, no penalty.
I agree.
And if they judge it bad, throw a flag. All right, you get penalized. But
I'm all for that.
I don't know. There's got to be a way to. They make like all the players in the NFL try to be like robots and have the same answers to the questions, and wear their socks a certain length, and they can't honor their father or something, with their eye black and.
It's a no fun league.
You have to do it the way the league says you have to do it, like the whole salute to service and breast cancer thing. If you do it your own way, no. But if you do it their way, it'll be okay. So, yeah, let a little individualism happen.
Did any team reimburse the military for the money they stole for that? Has that happened yet?
Well, they stole. They were paid.
Well, yeah. I mean, why should... Why?
Somebody brought it up that Bill Belichick is actually the only coach who hasn't worn the gear this month.
Oh,
and
yeah?
his dad actually coached at Navy, so he has like this military background. So I'm like, I was kind of surprised you were allowed to not. Of course, Bill Belichick. I think I made the joke that the salute to service hoodies must be really hard to rip sleeves. So that's the situation, but. I don't know. Are they doing something next month? Because I thought it used to be just breast cancer month. Now it's salute to service month. Now it's I don't know who else is pay us some money month.
Who else can we pretend to care about so that we can bilk money out of people?
Exactly. But I'm sure Jen's excited this week because Tony Romo's coming back. They aren't talking about as much.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I'm a lot of things. It's like I can't wait to see him out there, but naturally I wonder if it's a little too late. But, we just got to get one win. Just get one win. I mean, 2 wins is... I laugh at it because I can't believe it, to be honest with you.
Now, are you guys still only 2 wins?
2 wins. 2 wins.
I didn't get a chance to really look at this weekend, so...
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough, but... I always say now to all those Romo haters, how do you like him now? Can't win without him. So, but I can't wait to see him out there, and
it will be exciting.
Just need a win. Just one at a time. Just get a win.
Where do you guys play this weekend?
We're in Miami.
You should beat them.
Cool story about that. Their coach, he was on the Cowboys. Romo and Witten's rookie years. So they were teammates together. Witten's rookie year and then 1 year for Romo or something. So
I love Jason Witten.
I mean, who doesn't? He's like the universal good guy.
Ball for life.
Yeah. Tennessee, right? See that? I know.
Quality dad runner.
Yeah, that too. But, for a dad runner, he's pretty tough. He doesn't crumble on contact,
No, I wouldn't want to try to take him down.
No.
Well, I'm hoping for my fantasy team with Dez, because he was like the third lowest scoring guy on my entire team last week. I mean,
Oh, yeah?
what happened? Like 5 for 50 and yelling at the quarterback. I mean, come on. But Dallas.
Oh, did that happen? See, I was a little out of
Dallas,
the loop
since
last week.
Romo got hurt, I feel like maybe the Patriots beat him by double digits, but every game they've lost in painful fashion. And like the Bucks game, I think Jameis Winston basically fumbled it,
Yes.
just diving into the end zone. Not only did he fumble it, he did the no one touched me and I fumbled it, but they called a penalty and then they got another shot. And of course he walks in for the touchdown. How come Jameis Winston's the runner between him and Mariota this year? But that's okay. It's early yet. But yeah, losing that 10-6, and yeah, there's some all the Titans and Missouri football watch this year. It kind of reminded me of that, the old 10-6. Ooh, 1 touchdown. Way to go, guys.
It's it was almost like the icing on the cake. Like after 6 terrible games, that game ended that way, and it was just like, of course it did. Of course that's how it ended. But he's back. I wouldn't worry about Dez from a fantasy perspective. The guy who should be throwing it to him is back. If you're kind of starting to get ready for your playoff push and whatnot, excuse me, I'm a little stuffed up. Now's the time you want him to perform. So here he comes.
Remember, drink your way through it.
I know. I've been trying to, but just it's so cold. But yeah, drinking wine, hoping to knock it out with good old-fashioned white wine.
I feel like there's some kind of grandma's recipe involved with that.
It's I'd say bottom shelf Sauvignon Blanc. It's like the $15 bottle, and it's got half a can of raspberry seltzer in it. So it's got to be some vitamins in there. It's fruit.
It's fruit, yeah.
That's what I say about that malt drink. That I'm not a really big malt beer kind of person, but I have this one that has passion fruit in it. And I'm like, it's healthy.
Cider. I drink a lot of cider. Consume a lot of apples. So
there you go. Well, I think we should get Sharona ready. This is I think I forgot to actually do it last week, so I wrote some down this week. Although we've kind of talked about some of these topics, let's bring it on. Over it or nah for Sharona. And we'll begin with Tony Romo's comeback. Over it or nah?
Nah, I'm ready for him to come back. I have Jason Witten and Des Bryant. I think I haven't had a chance, guys. I'm sorry. It's been crazy here lately. I dropped Christian Michael because I just couldn't carry him anymore.
So did the Cowboys. He got cut.
Oh, did they? Okay, well, see.
Magic Mike XXS, and I don't know why it hasn't caught on, but yeah, everybody, that's him.
Okay.
Some undrafted free agents nobody's ever heard of played better than him, and I think we picked him up off waivers as far as I can tell. So it's the end. Yeah, I know.
It's the end of the dream.
Darren McFadden or bust. Who, man, if you got Freeman in the 8th round and McFadden in the 12th, you just owned your fantasy league right there. That's just considering how bad fantasy football running backs have been this year. Yeah, that's big time win.
My goodness, it's
Okay, we'll get back on track because I could easily get your orange. So over it or nah, Mike Mularkey revenge game against the Jaguars.
Nah. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
Actually,
although I think Zach's Zach's had his full of all your malarkey Titans.
Well, they still have the same offensive mind, and they still have the same roster, and they still don't know what to do with running backs. And let's be honest, their receivers were okay to start the year, but now that Kendall Wright's out, and even Justin Hunter being hurt is actually a bad thing somehow.
Yeah.
It got dark there in Sharonaville for a second. I was like, oh no!
Oh yeah?
Just a second. Just a quick blackout. We've all been there.
We've all been blacked out. We've all blacked out. We've all blacked out. Woo!
All right, so a couple more over it or nah. The Color Rush Thursday night jerseys.
Over it.
Because the Jaguars are wearing this weird khaki thing this week, and
Yeah,
the Titans
they're
are wearing
ugly.
jerseys that look exactly like their normal jerseys, except they're going with a pajama look. And
They're
only
just
I can
ugly.
wear
I saw
pajamas on
that. I did
podcasts.
see that. It's all ugly.
Well,
Not nearly as ugly, though, as the Steelers' convict uniforms.
Oh, the Bumblebee? Come on.
Yeah. Zzz.
I don't know. That one's pretty popular, and I think it's one of those. If you win with it, people like it. I mean, Dallas occasionally wears some weird throwbacks, but they're not like crazy Steeler ugly. But yeah, a couple more.
The Chargers have the worst throwbacks. Anyway, go ahead. What?
What? The powder blues? Are you kidding me? Oh, those are beautiful. Beautiful. Way better looking than UT Orange, but you know.
All right, whatever.
It's a little smack talk in there. So
We're gonna kick your ass. It's I'm not.
I hope so, because you know who's the only SEC East team to never beat Missouri? Tennessee Volunteers. Vanderbilt's beat us twice.
I need to blow my nose. Sorry to be gross, but I need to blow my nose, guys.
Wow, I got everybody sick this week, huh? Is that what's happening?
Still sick.
I haven't heard a meow. I haven't
Still
heard a
sick.
bark. What's happening with the pets this week? You just lock them up or drug them?
I locked them up.
Give them the ether cone?
They are locked up. I have to say, Jen's going to appreciate this. My little guys are the best. They just,
Aw.
oh my God, they're just the best. And Bandit especially can't stop just coming over and climbing up in my lap and nudging me. You know, and licking me on the tip of my nose and nudging me, and he'll give a little few bites to my face, and and then he'll just settle in and cuddle. They're just the best.
I do love hearing that. I do.
Listen, I have become the person that I used to make fun of because I was never a cat person.
You're a cat person. I was just gonna say you're a cat person.
I am.
Embrace it.
I never knew I could love a
I don't
cat
even
until I
know
had
me.
one.
I don't even know me anymore.
Who are ya?
But anyway, yeah, they're great.
I've got one behind me right now. He's
Oh yeah.
getting ready to dive out. He's getting ready to dive out of that curtain. He's little.
I wish mine were out. They're great. I'll have and they just had baths was it last night? I think last night.
All cats are a little touched, but that's the way it goes. Aren't we all? So at this point, we have 2 undefeateds left. Do we care if teams go undefeated?
No.
Okay.
Was that for me? I'm sorry.
Whoever wants to talk, it's fine. It's open. I tell you about to blow your nose. I was like, well, Jen, you can talk real loud because she's going to do it to the mic because that's professional. Hit it.
I mean, I think it's cool to be undefeated, but it doesn't. I think right now teams just need to worry about getting to the playoffs or getting the bye, really, for the undefeated teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think people forget that the Panthers are undefeated. They don't actually have that tough a schedule, but I think they'll probably lose. But the Patriots, well, clearly the game they're going to lose is Titans. Titans at Patriots, like in December. Oh, boy.
Have the Titans played the Patriots since they kicked their ass like 59, 69, something like that to nothing?
I feel like the last time they played, there was like an opener, and it was like 31-7 or something. One of those. It probably was the last opener they lost, you know. Maybe that was during the Munchak era. Peace be upon him. But, you know, what are you going to do?
Don't make me fight with you about Mike Munchak. I don't have the energy.
He's so pretty. Yeah, no, we're waxing nostalgic about a mediocre coach because he was the best coach we've had since, like, Jeff Fisher in, like, 2008.
You guys didn't give him a chance. I'm here to tell you.
You
You guys didn't give him a chance, and now you know.
Well, I should have grabbed Jason Garrett while we had the chance, but now he's set.
No, you should have grabbed Todd
Although
Bowles
Jason
or Mike Zimmer.
Garrett.
I tell you, though, Jason Garrett was like 2 years ago. Everybody was making fun of him, but last year they made the playoffs. They won a playoff game. I feel like he's off the hot seat, but, man, if they don't win, like, 6 of their last 7 games?
No,
He's safe.
Their whole staff just pretty signed extensions this offseason. I think a lot of this comes down to realizing the importance of a good backup quarterback. you know.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
really, that was their biggest weak spot, not the coach. But I like Jason Garrett. He's people either love him or hate him. I deal with a lot of relative Cowboy fans who cannot stand him, and would love nothing more than to see him completely out of there. But I like I buy into his philosophy for the most part, I guess, and I like what he did with the team.
I think he's
Just an
probably
unfortunate
the
injury.
best. He's probably the best mix with Jerry that I've seen. Although, in all fairness, Jerry's gotten a little bit better about not being a dick about
Well,
interfering with the coach.
I think that's more
Steven. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's kind of assuming more,
Yeah, he
of
is.
the role. But I think there's that special aspect about him that he played, and I think it could translate with his players. You'll never.
Yeah.
Even like you hear coaches' press conferences, and sometimes like if one of their players is screwing up or having a bad game, it's almost like the coach sounds like a coach, but when you hear Garrett talk about them, it's like he's speaking about a guy on the same level as him almost, and
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, sometimes you got to be careful with that being too friendly with your players, but I think it works for them. Well, with the exception of our 6-game skid.
Well, I mean, but you hit the nail on the head. He's not particularly in charge of personnel moves, and whoever thought Brandon Whedon was the answer at backup needs to be flogged and tarred.
Yeah, I think it was, in case of an emergency, that'll never happen, and the emergency happened, and that's what we had.
You've got a 32-year-old quarterback or whatever. I mean, and look across the league.
Yeah, most backups suck. I mean, I don't even know who the backup is for the Patriots.
You're lucky if you get a starting quarterback now. I mean.
Yeah, actually, Hasselbeck's like
Hasselbeck's getting
luxury.
Oh, yeah?
You either have like an old guy like Hasselbeck, or you have someone like Mettenberger for the Titans, who hasn't proven himself to be as sucky as he might be yet. He's okay for a game or two.
Oh, by the way, should we pour one out for Charlie?
Oh yeah, Charlie Whitehurst. We talked about him last week. I mean, it was amazing.
Zach, I'm sorry. I was so sick last week.
He was on the San Diego Chargers roster for 6 years. He didn't attempt to pass.
Yeah.
They traded him for a second-round pick and a trade up to the third round to Seattle, who was really dumb with quarterbacks. They traded for Whitehurst 1 year, and then the next year they gave Matt Flynn $10 million guaranteed. And then they drafted Russell Wilson, who, well, if they could just give him a freaking offensive line, he might be okay. But dang, I mean, he's running around every single play. Like, you can have your quarterbacks make up for some issues. Extra lag, come on, crunch it. It's so funny. I feel it's like a college dinner, beer and Cheetos, Except your beer would be much cheaper.
I'm so hungry.
Gotta make it through the show. So after last week, does that mean Hugh Jackson for the Bengals will not get coaching offers, and are the Bengals the same old Bengals, not a new team?
Oh, did they lose? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was another 10-6 Missouri Tigers special. It was just horrible. Freaking, it was awesome because T.J. Yates came in when Brian Hoyer got hurt, and T.J. Yates, by the way, has one playoff win, same playoff wins as Matt Ryan, and he beat the Bengals a few years ago in the playoffs. And he made one throw to DeAndre Hopkins. It was so funny, like most of the night in our league, we had one guy who was Hopkins against Blue, and Blue was winning, and then Hopkins finally pulled away. But yeah, it's just bad. The Bengals could not do anything against the Texans. And the Texans, D's been kind of mediocre all year.
Yeah, they have been.
Those drops, the drops by Eifert were unbelievable. Tyler Eifert dropped so many, I felt like, big kind of passes, and a lot of angry Eifert owners, I think, after that game, too.
Well, you got him really, really cheap, and he's been like the number 2 tight end, number 3. I mean, I had Travis Kelce in one league, and I'm just so annoyed by how he always scores like 8 points every week. I mean, throw him the damn ball. Your running back's hurt. You got Alex Smith as your quarterback. Oh,
I don't know what it is. They just don't use him how they're supposed to. And I feel like Seattle doesn't use Jimmy Graham how they're supposed to either. It's crazy.
It is. Yeah, it's amazing that Seattle traded a first-round pick to get Percy Harvin and signed him to a pretty big extension, and they couldn't use him because he was hurt all the time. And then they traded a first-round pick to get Jimmy Graham, and yeah, he's not been good.
No, not at all.
But can we do this? Is it too soon, Sharona, to talk about the demise of one Peyton Manning?
It's never too soon, right?
I mean,
sad.
It's a hard moment, when you watch Red Zone to switch from the 8 games at 1 p.m. to the 3 games at 4 because you're watching a lot of punts. But every time they showed Peyton, he was throwing these just horrible passes, getting intercepted left and right. He scored -7 points in our fantasy league.
No way!
That is the low I think I've ever seen. Luckily, the guy who had him didn't start him, but man. I think he had 35 passing yards and 4 interceptions and a half.
Wow.
And I know he's hurt, but yeah, I really think after that surgery, what he did is still amazing, and this is what I kind of expected out of him like at the first year. So for him to do what he's done so far has been tough. But man, to see Brock Osweiler starting for the Broncos this week just seems wrong.
I have him in my Scotty Fishbowl league. I held on to him.
Yeah, the Fishbowl, any quarterback with a pulse.
Yeah.
I'm getting by with my strong trio. I got Cam Newton, I got Blake Bortles and Alex Smith, and that's been really good. I'm actually at a winning record. That's my only winning record I have in all fantasy is in the Fishbowl. So I'll go to the playoffs there and lose, but it'll be fun. And I lose a player a week. I lost Deion Lewis, I lost Keenan Allen, and I don't know, is Alan Hearns playing? Like someone said he was going to have surgery, but I think he might actually stick around.
Yeah, he's playing. I think it's a surgery he's going to be doing probably after the season, and why not? I mean, he's playing really good, and he was cheap to get on waivers or if you drafted him, and he's still pretty cheap in daily. I love Alan Hearns. I have him in 2 leagues, and he's been doing good things for me.
They've got their third guy too. What's his name? Byron
Walters, I think.
Oh, yeah. Brian Walters, yeah.
Save Rashad Green. They actually have guys back, unlike the Titans, who are going to be throwing a lot of passes to Harry Douglas on Thursday. Harry Douglas, everybody.
I told you guys to pick up Harry Douglas.
Harry Douglas, the dollar store Nate Washington. So go for it. He's a wily veteran. Delaney Walker, though, that's what you need. But actually, okay, I'll ask this question. Let's see how it goes. So this week in fantasy with Eli on a bye, I have a choice of Mariota or Mark Sanchez. Who do I start?
Mariota, of course. Not Mariota, it's Mariota.
I've heard Mariota. It's whatever you want to say. What do you think, Jen? Am I in trouble here?
A little, but I was going to say Sanchez. Believe it or not.
I switched it to Sanchez.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mariota's had 2 great games and the rest kind of mediocre. And I don't know. Thursday night does weird things to players. I know the Jaguars aren't exactly world beaters. Before I handed off to Dexter McCluster 10 times, right?
But it's the revenge game. It's the malarkey revenge game.
That is a narrative I don't think I've ever heard. After his 1-2-14 season, yeah. Yeah, I was sad, because I had 24 hours where the Titans and Missouri were both coming off victories, and then it ended really quickly. And now both teams are looking for new coaches, so maybe both of them should get Les Miles if LSU gets rid of him. That'd be awesome. I love Les Miles and his
oh dear God, no.
grass-eating, clapping like this, like with his hands. I don't know what. I have no idea. Touched coach. That's what you miss about like insane college football coaches. This is what you miss about college football because there's some crazy people.
If Chip Kelly's available next year, would you want him down in?
No. Are you talking to us about Titans or about Missouri?
No, the Titans.
No.
I know it's weird with Missouri. Like, I see lots of like really good options, and then with the Titans, I'm like, I just don't know who. I feel like they're these retreads that are available, and then like I just ugh. I feel like retread. The only time retread ever worked. Wow, she's actually muting her crunching self. Way to go, Sharona. You're a pro.
Is that
All
what
the
that
way.
little
Hall of
microphone is?
Fame. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like I am crunching like a mofo right now. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
funny.
know. I'm trying to think what would be more enjoyable, which Periscope would be better. Sharona watching Missouri against Tennessee this week, or Jen on Thanksgiving, all tryptophaned out watching Dallas and the Panthers.
Oh, jeez. Probably Sharona. Thanksgiving might be tough. It might be tough, depending upon if they've won a game or two, or I guess a game prior to it. But either way, I'm sure you'd enjoy it. You would enjoy it.
Yeah, my Thanksgiving plans are going to brother's house. My parents are in town, and we're going to do dinner. And then we're going to another friend's house to do Cards Against Humanity that night. It's like the after post family time, and bring out as many bottles as possible and have a good time. Because no work on Friday. Woo!
That sounds like fun. I have a wedding the night before Thanksgiving. So.
That no way. Whoever
Yeah.
that person is, they need to be.
Man, you were like
Yeah.
wedding season, huh? You're really it's not a myth. It's a real thing.
Everyone but me apparently is shack it up. Yeah. The Wednesday before next Wednesday, a week from
We're
today, I have a
lucky.
wedding.
We gotta keep telling ourselves that.
That's a weird. I mean, people make fun of people who get married in the fall because it's football season, but Wednesday, you get married. I mean, like, is someone knocked
That's
up? I mean,
weird.
what's going on?
The night before Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to guess, it's cheaper than Friday and Saturday, and I'm sure a bunch of her family and his family be in town anyway. But yeah, it's gonna make Thanksgiving kind of tough in the morning, but I'm excited for the wedding. It should be a good time. So, but yeah, I will be at a wedding the day before and then doing the family football thing. Everyone's got we're in a pool for Thanksgiving. There's everyone gets like a grid for each game with numbers for the game, and my whole family's in it, so everyone will kind of just be watching football and holding their grids and hoping to win the money.
Oh, so it's like the numbers thing you do at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and it pays each quarter of each game. There's like a payout, so it's fun.
Wish I could add that to my family excursion, but
Well, it's
hard to say.
We just have a couple boxes in it. It's like a bigger pool for charity, of course.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Very charitable there in New Jersey. That's what I hear. Well, maybe not as charitable when you're beating the Giants. Oh wait, it's been a while. That's okay. You're come on back. Don't call it a comeback. I mean, what's
Don't call
the
it a
record?
comeback.
What are the Giants? Are they 5-5, 4-6, 6-4? What's their record? I don't even know.
So they're 5-4, I want to say, and I know they're on the bye this week. Hang on, because I don't want to screw this up because I just, once I was completely done with my Cowboys, reminded me it is not over quite yet. So, hang on, I'm pretty sure they're 5-4, but
Well, I know they're in a bye this week, so I know they've played 10. I just don't know what their record is. I was trying
which
to
helps.
actually look it up.
Oh yeah, they have played 10. It helps that they're on the bye because that helps with the not probable dream scenario.
It's pretty sad in fantasy where I'm like, man, Eli's on a bye. My team is screwed.
Yeah, and Ben, right? Ben too.
Actually have Victor Cruz on a fantasy team that I
Ah.
inherited.
Probably shouldn't anymore.
No. Now it's time to get rid
for
of him.
Victor.
Sorry, guys. I have not had a chance to make any roster moves. I've got to do that.
Yeah,
I
IR.
gotta see what I have left in the Scott Fish Bowl. I mean, I've had like 3 guys lost the season in 3 weeks.
In that league, Jen, in the league that I lost Victor Cruz, I hadn't really counted on him anyway.
No.
I have Steve Smith
Oh.
had Steve Smith, Arian Foster, Jamal Charles, Kelvin Benjamin, and Le'Veon Bell.
Wow. So who's playing for you?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Jeremy
Pardon my
Langford.
French.
Well, this is a good opportunity for me to bring out my trophy here. I got that.
Oh, yeah, you got it!
On draft day, I don't know why, because I won the trophy for the first time in like a decade, the commissioner grabbed it because we have, our names put on there, and for the last 2 years, nobody's put the name on, so it was like, I'll go get them engraved. And then 2 months later, I'm like, dude, give me my trophy. He's like, I need to get it engraved. I'm like, hey, you didn't win. You actually came in, 8th place last year. Give me the damn trophy. So I got it. I actually gave him a beer in compensation. Trophy day awful. My team is 4-6. I think I'm actually in the playoffs right now, but we'll see. I need my Gurley, Adrian Peterson, Des Bryant, Aaron, Rob combo to come through. Travis Kelce could score some touchdowns, but yeah, we're coming in. Coming into the end of the season. I mean, really, in fantasy, there are 3 weeks left for most leagues, and that's the playoffs. So, what are we going to do then? We're very sad.
I sucked in fantasy this year.
I feel like I hear
Just
that from a
letting
lot
y'all
of
know
people this
that.
year. Like, it just sucked.
Yeah.
Man, it was hard for me.
Some I'm okay, some I'm really bad. The Scott Fishbowl, I'm so embarrassed how bad I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm actually in second place in one of my leagues, but anyway.
I think me and you were both in last place in our conference.
My team sucks.
Yeah, I probably my worst fantasy team actually. When I think about it, it's a shame.
That's right. You two are in the same division, right?
Yeah.
My going for 2 auction league might be my worst.
Oh yeah. Well, if my Le'Veon Bell and Eddie Lacy is 80% of my or 40% of my money, yeah, there's a pretty good chance. D'Angelo Williams and Jay Ajayi are my top running back selection.
Jay!
He's actually done really well, so.
Yeah, he has.
In your face, Flanders.
Yeah, he's starting to make a splash.
I forget, what division are you two in? Was it old school?
No.
Anchorman?
Oh, escalated quickly.
Yeah, escalated quickly.
I'm embarrassed. Don't even look.
No, please, Zach. Zach loves to tell me how bad I sucked.
I will say, before you open my team, I drafted Ryan Fitzpatrick before Gino got his
gosh. Wow.
So I was proud of that.
So in the escalated quickly division, the 11th place team, Jen Ryan. The 12th place team, Sharona.
I told you.
Wow.
Hi, guys.
I wasn't joking.
If you play enough leagues, you're going to have a couple of bad ones. So I really don't think that's... I'm pretty sure... Well, I don't know. Maybe Sharona's jumped ahead of me, but I'm pretty close to last place in the going for 2. So luckily there was no money in it. I put money in... Did you do the King of the Hill, Jen? Because that was with Scott as well.
Yeah.
And my team almost every week is 10th to 12th, so I didn't do well there.
I have to be honest with you. I have to check. I feel like... you get all the emails on Monday, and I'm just like, some days I can't open them all, and I just kind of...
I never read the email barrage. Never.
No, not with the scoring results. I just kind of check every couple of weeks or so and, see how I'm doing. But when I get them, I'm just like, no, not right now. I can't go through and see how I'm doing yet.
Yeah, I did one MFL 10 last year and came in second, but this year, every MFL 10, I don't think I'm in the money. I just looked at the King of the Hill, and I'm 11th. There's the kitty. How you doing? Is that Romo?
Is that him? Oh, is he out? He's as you can see, he's kind of teasing himself. He's really strange, this cat. But yeah, there he is. No, that's the Devil, the New Jersey Devil. That's his full name.
Nice.
He's pretty handsome. He's just a little strange.
How terrible. So my King of the Hill team, I had Le'Veon Bell, but my other running backs are Andre Ellington, Trey Mason, Kerry Robinson, C.J. Spiller, and Jay Ajayi.
Wow.
And my receivers are pretty terrible, too, yeah. I had Jason Morrow. Teddy Bridgewater, Joe Flacco have been pretty terrible all year. Actually, Ty God has been decent, but yeah, it's not good. Yeah, maybe it's good to not obsess. I'm glad we're not all obsessed with the teams, right? But how is the family league treating this year, Jeff?
For me?
Yeah,
Oh,
the one with
let me,
all the bragging rights, right?
oh yeah. Let me tell you, I started off 1-3 in the family league, and I was like, I couldn't believe it, But I've been on a run. I've been killing it. I currently sit in second place behind my younger brother, and my sister's right below me. So I'm doing really good, looking good. My biggest problem right now is I have so many great receivers. I just never know who to play. But
I never had that
it's
problem.
yeah, it's a good league though, and my brother-in-law, he started. I always say he's like the mid-season MVP, and he just thinks that's like the greatest title. He started off 0-4, and he was like, F this, I'm done, just take my money. And I was like, listen, I gave him a little pep talk. I was like, come on, you could work the waivers, knock a couple trades out, you'd be fine. And he's 6-4 now, and he's like, when you hit the projected playoff bracket, he's totally in it, and he's like thrilled. So it's a fun league. It's a fun league. We do it for money too, but it's a good time. But yeah, crawl
That
down the
sounds
hole.
like
Doing
fun.
good. Yeah, and it's mostly family. We have 2 like family friends, but everybody else is family, so it's pretty cool.
Is that do you do a live draft?
We
Well, I guess most everybody.
we try to because it's we have people from Washington State, Florida, South Carolina, Jersey, all in it, so it was kind of tough, but we were supposed to do something like this for it this year. It just didn't work out. So we just kind of do it online, and you see everybody, they don't use the chat on like the screen. Everyone's on their phones just like talking crap to each other. They don't use like the ESPN thing, and that's just kind of how we do it. I draft with like the people who are here.
Well, I mean, we use the CBS page because we've been on it forever, and it's so horrible. Like every single week, CBS's projections. Like I think this week, out of 6 games, it predicted 5 wrong, and it's just amazingly bad. And we don't use the chat on there. We have like a Facebook page we created for our league. We talk smack, and then we send emails back and
Yes.
forth. And we've been in this league for like they're 15 years now, so it's got a history.
That's awesome.
CBS
I
does
have the
have one of
trophy,
the
and I'm
worst.
not giving it up.
Yeah. CBS just has one of the worst interfaces I've ever seen.
I don't like Yahoo's either. I mean, I'm not trying to trash. I think
Yeah.
Yahoo's is garbage. I really like ESPN's. It's kind of old school and simple, but
I like
can't stand
Yahoo's the
Yahoo's.
best.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I don't like Flea Flicker at all.
I haven't used it.
Flea Flicker's not very good.
Yeah, a lot of MFL. Like my dynasty league, it's the 10th year. Yeah, we've been on MFL forever. And I like scoring up to the 100th of a point. I just think that's awesome. Single points, forget it. If your guy gets, I mean, I think the first year of our league, my dad lost the championship game by like 0.10 of a point. So I think it's the way to go. Brings the pain.
Yeah, we still have that old school. If you tie, your bench wins, and
Oh yeah?
yeah, that happened in one game this year. Oddly enough, one of my games.
I
won
like that rule.
Yeah, but the person who loses, they don't like it, and they're like, "Why don't we do
What
decimal
do they
scoring?"
want? Well, whatever.
Decimal scoring, but you're supposed to decide that at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I was the fortunate winner of the bench points tie game, and the person who lost was so pissed. You should have seen the text messages I got the next day.
Of course,
That
we
I'm
know you'll
cheating.
have the depth. Come on.
Yeah, with my bench, but sometimes when your bench is like close to outscoring your team, it makes you freaking crazy.
Well, one thing they do in CBS is coach rating, which is like how you start your guys, and I'm like 11th this year. I'm like, that's why every week I'm like going on Twitter. I'm like, tell me who I should start, and I'll pick the opposite of who I think I should start. It's just bad.
Don't let CBS mess with your head.
Let's see, yes. No, it's for entertainment purposes only. Like last year in the championship game, I was favored to lose by 30. I won by 50. I mean, it's just. I mean, projections are tough. I mean, I know you do some of that stuff, and it's just like I can't even imagine how bad I would be if I did that.
I kind of stay away from like the projections for the most part, to be honest with you. I don't like. I kind
I
of.
look at them just to see.
Yeah, study them, absorb them, but don't necessarily come up with my own.
Well, I mean, I got like a 4 for 4 subscription, and really, if people ask me who to start, I usually use theirs, and that's like my tiebreaker. I mean, I've gotten, because I know people, I've gotten a bunch of free like subscriptions, but I could spend days just looking at. You can't look at all the content that Football Guys and 4for4 and RotoViz and all these sites have. It's just impossible.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And some of it, I'll be honest with you, it's like so smart. It goes right over my head. You know.
I
Yeah,
look for specific things. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't miss something. I don't know. Yeah. Wow, look at us. We've already done an hour. What happened to us? We went so fast, and I didn't have beer left. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm all out.
Usually I'm out by about 40 minutes in.
I think we need to end with a repeat of the dance.
Oh, after I've had a beer. All right, let's see.
I think Zach could do it a little bit better if you get into it, more pelvic thrusting.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, well, you can. Okay, here you go. All right, fine.
Woo!
All right.
Twerk it, baby, twerk it.
Oh, God, no. No, it,
Twerk for us, Zach. Twerk for us. Wait, we got to put him on the screen.
I can see him.
No, wait. Ooh.
It was perfect.
I can't do the belly dance so well. It's like, I feel like I have to be halfway across the room for this to work. I'm trying to set up my room. I tried.
Now we can only see the top of your head.
People have been telling me that my sound quality is bad, so I like tried to tape like a towel behind me, and then like I was doing a show and it just fell off. It was awesome. So, and this is a very jerry-rigged setup we have.
Well, where else
in the Zach
can you get?
Office.
Where else can you get one of the show hosts eating Cheetos? Which, by the way, guys, I am so sorry. I know that was rude, but I was so hungry.
You're making me want some Cheetos. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it was rude. I'm so bad.
Well, before we totally complete, let's go around. Well, we'll give Jen most of the time because she's the one who writes for 15 sites. Jen, what's you got going on? Where do people find you?
Well, not 15 sites, but you can obviously find me on Twitter, FFDegenerate with a J. Writing weekly on Fantasy Pros and Football Diehards, and every other week on Gridiron Experts. And you can find me here hanging out with you two. And something a little new that I'm excited about, on Sundays around 12:40, I jump on Sirius XM Fantasy Radio. I've been doing it the last 2 weeks, and
awesome.
I'll be doing it the rest of the season. So if you have a subscription, you know, and you want to hear about a couple DFS picks, it's right around 12:40 on Sundays.
That's great, Jen.
You're overdue for blowing up. She's blowing up, people.
Oh, okay.
She's getting big time. She's 4 digits on followers, so on Twitter.
Is that big time? Is that what they consider big time?
Big enough.
Your kitty cat is doing the dap or whatever.
The cat's doing the dance.
He's looking for
the cat saw Zach dancing and is like, I can do better.
Yeah, I can do better. I'm a little more flexible. So, Sharona, what do you got? You're not still on like hiatus, are you? Are you back to your show?
I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, unless the sky falls in again, that I will be back Monday and Tuesday. I didn't get to do my NFL female show this week, although the show goes on, and my friend Sonia is so awesome at it. But hopefully Monday, Back Talk with Sharona will be back.
Well, that's good to hear, because
I'll be tuning in, Sharona.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, I'm subscribing. Because I just post about me having friends over and drinking on my site now, the Fantasy Football Talk. We just did a quick recap. Kind of tried to recap what we drank, although there was a lot of eating. It was like a good solid 2 hours of grilling followed by some serious boozing, and I don't know.
That sounds awesome to me.
We'll see if we get Josh back over, because it's like, I got to clean the place a little bit, but it's a little more socially acceptable to do that. So we'll try that in the future. So yeah, Zach_Law on Twitter basically, because I will try to link to the people who have the quality content. So thanks everybody for coming on, especially thank you for Jen for joining us again, and good luck at the future weddings. Like between DFS conferences and weddings, I mean, come on, there's got to be a guy out there who respects the skills. And Sharona, good to see you again, playing through pain, and more pain if Missouri beats Tennessee. We'll see.
Whatever. It's not going to happen, Zach.
Well, we'll see.
I predict Zach's going to be crying in his beer.
Well, there will be beer involved. That is guaranteed. I guarantee you there will be beer involved. It's such a glorious time for craft beer in America. So find some good stuff. And thanks, everybody, for listening. And apologies for my dancing skills. Well, no, they're good. They're quality. They're the best dancing skills I'm ever going to have. It's not getting any better. So thanks, everybody, and kiss my grits.
Kiss our grits.
Thank you, guys.